Hey guys, how are you tonight? It started with Stampin' with Chaos. I hope you guys are all getting ready to enjoy your Labor Day weekend. We are staying home. We both have a lot of stuff we want to get accomplished this weekend. So one of the things I wanted to do was get a jump on next week's videos. Fall is in the air. That's the beginning of the Burr months. I love the Burr months. I especially love September and October, because it's when it starts to cool down. I love those crisp mornings, but the cool evenings and then the mild temperatures in the day. I hate to say it, but I'm over that 105 weather. That is not me. So anyways, with that being said, our new catalog comes out next week on the 6th. It is up for grabs. You will be able to log on and actually do your ordering from it. It's our mini catalog that runs from September through December 23rd. So in this catalog has lots and lots of fun things to do. A lot of it's got some fall stuff, it's got Halloween stuff, it's got Christmas stuff, it's got New Year stuff. So you'll have to jump on and take a look. I love it. Love it. And I've previewed a little bit of it, but I will be making some cards and doing some classes and stuff with more of the new products. I also wanted to tell you guys, I haven't advertised this much because I haven't actually even done one. I do a class, and I'm trying to set one up for November 10th, and I believe that is a Sunday at 2 o'clock here in Warden. But I'm willing to do a virtual class, and I'm also willing to do a party. And if you do a party, and you have over so many dollars in sales, then you also can get free product. So there are different ways to do the Stampin' Up. I've basically just done the classes, but I can do parties. If you wanted to have a class at your house, let's say you've got 3 or 4 or 5 people that you want to sit down and make a few cards, let's do it. Give me a call or Facebook message me, and I'm all over it. Another way to do it is if you have a church group. A lot of times the ladies are looking for something to do in the evening. I would love to do it. I mean, we don't have to do like a normal class of 5 cards. We could just do a couple cards, keep the cost down, keep the time limit down. But I would love to do that too. So if you're out there and you're kind of teetering back and forth, get a hold of me. Let's get this done. I'm ready to take a step forward, and I'm ready to start having some crafting fun. And I think it would be good for everybody's soul. So anyways, with that being said, we are going to use one of the products out of the new catalog coming out, and it is actually called the Abundant Beauty Decorative Mask. You get 7 different masks. 4 of them we'll be using tonight, and that is for the sunflower. Another one of them is a snowflake one we'll probably eventually use, and then there's one that's just kind of got leaves on it, and then there's a design one also. And what a mask is, it's like a stencil. That's all it is a stencil. And there's several different ways that you can use it, but we are going to use our blending brushes. I love to blend colors. You know that. You know that. If you've been watching many of my videos, you know that. I like to use the blending brushes. So the colors that we are going to use, here's an example of the one that I did. The thing about blending, it never comes out the same. You can use the same colors, and see these, I used all the same colors and it all came out different. So you can go lighter, you can go darker, and you never get the same card twice. It's awesome. Awesome. I absolutely love doing the blending. So the first thing we are going to do is I did some cutting already, so we didn't have to do that. So this is our copper clay paper, and this is one of the newer colors that just recently came out. And we took 8.5 by 11 and we cut it down to 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it a 4 1/4. I'm just doing a basic card. So that gives you a card of 5.5 by 4 1/4. So then I took our can't think of the name of it, crushed curry, and I cut that. I'm gonna look. Just hold on. I think it's crushed curry. Yes, it is crushed curry. I was afraid it was the Dijon mustard. Okay, so we did the crushed curry, and I cut that down to 5 1/4 by 4, and that is going to go directly onto our copper clay. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you over. And we're going to use our little, this adhesive is called the Tombow adhesive. And from what I understand, Stampin' Up! Used to sell this, but they sell the glue now, but they don't sell the adhesive runner. And so I'm thinking it's okay to use it because they used to sell it. How's that for you? I really like it. You can use any adhesive you want, but I do prefer that one. Okay, so there's the base of the card. So the next thing I did is I took our basic white card and I had it, this is called the Decal Dies. And so what that does, you can see it, it just kind of makes a funky edge on the side of the paper. I love it. Use it a lot now. I use it a lot. That is one of my die sets that I do use frequently. It has been well worth the money. So anyways, so that's our next step. So what we are going to do is I'm going to take and just put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And I'm going to line this up on this graph paper. I really gotten used to using the graph. It helps me keep me straight because I'm so cockeyed as it is. And then we're going to take our mask. Now, with the mask, there's a couple things. You can do the, oh, we need to do that too. You can do this one first. You can do the green first. I always do the biggest one first because then I can figure out where I want the rest. And I'm going to kind of put it in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape. If you have removable tape, it works better. Excuse me. I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't move while we're doing our blending. The only thing you need to be careful of, there's two things. You only want to do this part. You don't want to do these. So when you get over to this edge, you need to be really careful when you're blending, unless you're okay with how that is, because see how I went off? Then you could go ahead and do it. But I'm going to try my darndest, unless I make a mistake, I'm going to try my darndest just to do the big one. So the blending brushes, I told you before, as long as you're using the same color scheme, you can use the same brush. And as you can tell, this one still has a little bit of green in it, but the more you use it, the green will go out. If you were going to use a darker green, it wouldn't matter. If you're going to use a lighter green, you'd probably want to make sure you get it off. You can wash these. I haven't yet. But here's a darker one that I was using. Then here's the lighter orange. So you can hardly even see that one. So anyway, so we're using the orange and the yellow I'm going to use on the same one. The copper clay, I'm going to use a darker one. And then the green, I'm just going to use the green on. So I'm going to start with my pumpkin pie. And then we are going to use our crushed curry and then our copper clay. And we're just going to blend these colors together. I did this video earlier, or I'm going to tell you that when you get your inks and you put your names on it, and you're using more than one ink during a set to do this picture, you want the colors so that you can see them, because some of the pads, those you would have no idea what color those are, and I got them all messed up earlier. So that's what we're going to do. So we are going to start with the pumpkin pie, and we're going to just dab on, and then we're going to dab off. If you remember when I talked to you about blending, we kind of start off of the paper and then we move to what we want to do. So I'm going to start over here, and then I'm going to move to this. Now remember, I have to be careful on this side. Over here, not so much. Just kind of stay in the circle. Okay, then we're going to take our crushed curry, and I'm going to go ahead and use the orange because it kind of matches anyways, and it shows up yellow over here. Do that, and we're going to go really light over that, and see how it changes the colors. So pretty. I love doing this. I really, really like doing this. Now take the copper clay, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of a darker one. I really got to watch it over here because I'm getting excited, and I'm going to go off on it. And okay, that's all you do. Then you're going to pull it up and pray that you didn't get it right here, because if we did, then we're going to have to use that flower. But I think we're okay. My tape's not coming up. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. I lost my little picker-upper thing. I got some new paper holders, and so I was kind of cleaning my craft room a little bit earlier. Okay, so we're going to pull this up. Isn't that beautiful? Now you can see that right here there is a little bit, so you can flip it over if you want and do it. It's not that bad. I'm just going to leave it there. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And now I'm going to put a small one down here. So let's tape it down. And I'm going to tape it down. And I'm going to do the same thing. And you can do the same colors. You can go backwards. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to do, let me show you. So I did pumpkin pie first last time. So let's do the crushed curry first this time. You go over your little hole. Okay, and we're going to plop on some pumpkin pie. Just a little, just to change it up. And then I'm going to do just a dapper of the, and let's see what color it came out with. Oh shoot, dang nabbiters, I got it down there. Isn't that pretty? We're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. Okay, so then I want to go ahead and I want to put one more. Let's do it up here off the side. And I'm only going to put half of it. So go ahead and tape it down and then do the same thing. Do your 1, 2, 3. And then pull it up. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, now you can tell they're all three a little bit different colors. We used all the same colors. We just did it a different way. Okay, so now we're going to be done with that. We're going to do the middles. And I'm going to try to do the middles a little bit lighter and then come in with the dark. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brush. And I'm going to do the crushed curry, the orange, and go around in the circle. And it's got a little bit of the brown on it, which is fine. So that's what it's going to look like. And then, I didn't tape it down. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go right over the top of that and get the holes in there. And I'm going to do it with a little bit darker one. So we'll do the copper clay on that one and just do a couple swishes on it. And then you have it. So now we're going to do the same thing with the big one. We're going to do the big hole. Okay, let's do the thingy there, and then we're going to put the big one on it, and we're going to do, let's do the pumpkin pie and see what happens. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I just love doing this. I could blend these colors all night long. I really could. Okay, now I'm going to do pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to come in with the yellow, and it's probably not going to look. We might have to add the copper clay to it. There we go. Okay. I used the bigger one, and I did a little bit different there. And I got a little bit of smudges down here because I was going too fast. But sometimes that happens. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the green. And I'm going to use for the leaves. Oh, here they are. I lost them. Make sure I got all this off my hands. I'm going to use the Granny Apple Smith green. Well, that was awesome. Took out my, yeah, I don't need that. So I'm going to use our Granny Apple Smith. You could use whatever green that you like. And we're going to put just a couple leaves on here. And since I'm just doing the one, I'm just going to hold it. You can go darker, you can go lighter. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to do one up here. Let's do it this way. Let's do it right. Let's do it over here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So you got your greens, your oranges, your yellows. And then I'm going to put a sentiment on it. And the one I did on mine was just a note. But the one I took out was, hello, friend. And I had it out. And I bet I put it away. I probably will take it out again. Nope, it's out. And it's on a little stamp. And it's all ready to go because I'm so prepared. And now I just can't find it. There it is. There's Hello Friend. And I'm going to go ahead and do this in the darker color. So let's go ahead and do it in copper clay. And since this is a cling stamp, which means it has the red pad on it, you don't need to use the matte. If it's the clear stamp, you want to use the matte. So I'm going to just put Hello Friend down here. Isn't that pretty? And then the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you another technique. It's called the splatter technique. I have a little tray. And I'm going to take a little bit of water out of my cup here. It doesn't even take that much. You just there. That's plenty. And I have this brush. You can use a regular paintbrush. You can use a blending brush, but I prefer to use this brush. And what we're going to do is we are going to splatter. Let's do the copper clay. So we're going to make some splatters on here. So what you do is you take your, I think I showed you this before, and you push it down and you get some ink right there. Then we're going to take the water and we're going to get our brush wet. And we're going to come over here and then we're going to come here. You don't want it super wet, but you want it wet. And then all you're going to do is you're going to hold it up and you're just going to splatter. See those little splatters? Get it wet again. Hold it back. And it's really good to have a mat down because you don't, and I sometimes end up with this on my glasses because I like to splatter too. And that's all you're going to do. And then that one is done. We're going to set that to the side because we're going to use it one more time. I believe I went ahead and splattered the inside. Okay, so we are now done with the front of our card. And we are also going to put some twine with it and make a little bow. So what I would do, I'm not really super good at this part, so I kind of try to measure, and I lost my scissors. Grab a different pair real quick. Okay, we're going to go up and around and tie it the best thing you can without bending the paper. So let's see. And I want my bow off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tie a knot first. For me, it makes it easier. It makes it easier for me to have it stay on. Okay, and then I'm going to do my bow. There we go. And then we're going to come over here and make it a little bit smaller so it's not quite so big. And then we're going to, whoops, need a little bit. And then we're going to take this off. We're going to trim this off with my big old scissors here. And if your bow is sticking up and won't stay down, which happens, you can always put a glue dot, which is what we're going to do to kind of help keep it. Oh, there's my poker tool. To help keep it situated. Okay, we're going to put that on there, and that will help it. And then you can kind of manipulate your, this little bugger doesn't know what it wants to do. It's kind of being fussy. We might have to, dang nabbit. I might have to stick another one just right there to keep it so it's laid down. And that's okay. That happens sometimes when you use ribbon or, so we'll just do it there and then put it there. Then it'll lay down. And then I'm just going to trim it again. So you got your little makeshift bow. There we go. Now we're going to take and we're going to add our adhesive to the back of this. Okay, and then we're going to put your card down. So there's the front of your card. And you know what? You can hardly even see the two little bloops that I did because we did the splatter effect and it just kind of looks like it's part of the card. So there's the front of the card. And then on the inside of the card, I went ahead and I cut another mat, the same as the, I think it's the 5 3/4. We're going to do the same thing. So we are going to take, let me find it, the little one. And we're just going to kind of do it off down here. I'm going to do this again, be consistent. Off down here onto the side, just so you have one on the inside. And then we're going to take our brushes. Oh, my orange, my pumpkin pie. And I think I'm going to do this one a little bit lighter. So let's just do the orange and the yellow. Get that yellow out. Okay. We'll just do the orange and the yellow. Oh, it's still dark. But that's okay. We like it. Not cute. And now let's do our little middle piece, which we're going to do the small one. I'm going to do yellow. And then over the top, I'll do the pumpkin pie. Now these stencils, masks, whatever you want to call them, they clean up really easy. You just use a baby wipe. Oh, that's too big. That's what I did on the last one. I messed up. You just use a baby wipe and the ink wipes right off of it. I'm sure if you used a red, you know, because red dyes everything. I'm sure if you used a red, it would probably stain it a little bit. But there we go. Oh, see, you have to be careful. You have to be careful, Darla. Sometimes I just get into a hurry and I don't pay attention. So then what you're going to do is we're going to splatter. We're going to splatter some more. And honestly, after you splatter, you may not even notice my mess up. So if it was bad enough, you could flip it over and do it on the other side. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So now all we're going to do is take our card over here. I'm going to do this because I splattered and I don't want to get it on the inside, and we're going to put it on the inside. And there's where you write your note at. So this is a simple, easy card using stencils or masks, and I love it. And this is one of the first cards of the fall that I'm going to do this week. So there you go. Super easy, super fun, super simple. So that's my card for this evening. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get out there, enjoy the pretty decent weather. It sounds like it's not going to be too hot. Warden's got their community days going on. If you guys are over this way, or check out the Facebook page, they have worked really, really hard. And they've got a lot going on. They've got a car show, they've got music, they've got cornhole tournaments, they've got the fireman's breakfast, and then Monday is our parade, and they have a whole bunch of stuff going on in the park. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and I look forward to talking to you again. Thanks. Bye.